Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Pro League continues. Benson joined by the wonderful Maven.
I'm here, baby. Let's do it.
California. How is California treating you, Maven? Is it nice? I think that is a yes.
Wait, hold up. I'm trying to see.
You confused, Maven?
Oh no, I saw someone tweet us something about the last series. I was trying to understand. I thought someone was saying they had 5 best of 5, which isn't true. Evan's the third. All right, but here we are.
You just confused me. You massively confused me. Anyway.
Well, hey, I have some other facts for you here. Now,
this
ISO team, this ISO team is another very, very strong hardpoint team. So, for me, this is going to come down to the hardpoints for them. They're going to have to take them. I'll be honest, I haven't really gotten time on to watch this new TCM team with the addition of TP and Aches at all. But I'm really, really excited to see how they play.
Yeah, I think everyone is. The duo kind of back once again. In terms of ISO versus TCM, everyone went ISO apart from Mr. Rex, who went TCM. I spoke to him earlier on. He said after watching them play yesterday, felt that TCM could come out and potentially take this win. ISO, you know, so far in the season had some pretty tough games. I think this one they should potentially take, and could be your first correct prediction of the day, mate. So that's always good as well.
Yeah, that would feel good. But yeah, I feel like they're strong suits right now for ISO is they've played together longer than anyone but Optic Gaming. They're a very strong hardpoint team as well.
Okay.
I think those are going to be two things that are going to be very difficult for a newly formed team to deal with. But again, this might just be one of those perfectly formed squads that gets together right away. The communication's on point, and they're going to start looking deadly. But I have a feeling it's going to take a little bit for them to get rolling.
In terms of the game modes for isolation here, how good at Search and Destroy really are they? Because you've seen this team more than I have.
And again, it's hard because it was at relegation, so obviously a lot of the top teams weren't there. But I think they lost one hardpoint the entire weekend, or something like that. I mean, it was absurd. They looked really, really good at it. But again, they're going to be playing against stronger competition now. But this team, would you say this TCM team is that much better than the Prof team that didn't make it? I don't think so. And they beat that Prof team while getting outplayed by like 20 or 30 kills. So ISO can really get it done in any way. They can get it done getting outplayed in hardpoint. They can outslay and win in hardpoint. I've seen them do it any number of ways. They've been a very, very strong team. Now, do we know who's hosting what maps? And
we can find out. I know ISO is host of map number 1.
Okay, well, that's the main thing. I was curious as to who's going to be hosting this first hardpoint.
Yeah, ISO is going to be 1 and 4, Maeve, so they'll host both hardpoints. Of course, if it goes to both hardpoints, it could be a 3-0 for TCM. Who knows?
Good. I mean, they're leading right now off host, and this is the one thing we've all been so excited for, because TP, Aches, the winningest duo of all time, they're back together. I can't wait to see what they can do. And it's interesting, like, I thought, if you would have asked me would they come back together for Advanced Warfare, I would have said no way in hell. I didn't think there was any chance of that happening until we got into Black Ops 3. But there was a good chance that they might try to reunite. Just thinking about the good times they had with Black Ops 2, you know, if they were on teams that were underperforming, I thought there was a good chance that would happen. Because you got to remember, at one point, I'm pretty sure TP's quoted as saying, "I'm not playing with Aches again."
Yeah.
But here we are, we're not even through Advanced Warfare, and they're already back together.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You know, as a duo, they're unbelievably talented. It's just, can they get it done on Advanced Warfare? I mean, TP hasn't won an Advanced Warfare championship. Aches only won one at the very beginning. So it's not like either of them had success without each other. So is it really surprising that they've kind of gone back to that duo? Not really. But I'm kind of like you, Maeve. I thought Black Ops 3, definitely.
I didn't think they would this title.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Neither did I. But I kind of feel like for them, this season is just like a, let's get into the swing of things, let's get that chemistry back, going into Black Ops 3, let's make sure we're going to dominate once again. But right now, TCM do actually have that lead. TP 18 and 15, absolutely loving life, top of the leaderboard for TCM, and TCM have the lead as well here on Compound, 101 to 74.
No, tell me, I haven't casted this map with you yet. We haven't spent a ton of time with it. What are you liking about it so far?
Lots of fast-paced gunfights, of course. SMG heavy, but your AR play is going to be key. That's what we've seen every time we've watched it. That one AR player that's going to roam around the map is so important. You normally see them just pick up so many kills. We watched Octane just go ham on this map. We saw Mochilla drop a huge amount of kills. Your battle play was crucial. I originally thought, as did Mr. X, that it was just going to be all SMGs. You know, your high progressive SMGs were going to just do so well. But in all honesty,
we said the first time we casted it, until we saw a couple spots that ARs got set up and just demolished everyone.
Yeah, and that's going to be key. And right now, Dito at 14 and 17, just not doing that good of a job with his assault rifle. You know, Aches at 19 and 18, not particularly shining by any means, but you know, he's doing a little bit better and holding down those spawns, and TCM have that 113 to 88 point lead.
All right, starting to pull away here, and no one really going off from either side. I mean, the lead in the way though, it is the duo right now. You see Teep, Aches both getting it done. Teep on a 5 streak right now. He's who I'm going to be watching, and he's the free fire in the corner, able to pick up another one, pushing this streak out to 6. He also has the most captures to go with it. Now, I have kind of, I guess, opposite feelings about either side of this duo. You know, I feel like Aches has kind of struggled to, I guess, find his place in this game, whether it's between Bal, ASM1. I know he won that first open tournament, but I mean, he's never been Aches of old. You know, putting up these ridiculous slaying numbers, arguably the best sub in all of Ghost. Just never really got back to that place for me. On the other hand, like I guess I feel like TP has been TP. He just hasn't really been able to get that team around him that wins, if that makes sense. I mean, TP has at times looked so good in this game, just not really winning.
Right. No, that makes sense. But at the same time, he's had those moments where you watch and you're like, what is going on? Like, where is the old TP? If that makes sense. Like I
get it. It's gonna be interesting to see if all of a sudden these two come together. It just fixes all their problems. They just go back into the norm. You know, Aches yelling, TP getting annoyed, wanting to smack Aches, and they're winning tournaments.
I mean, right now, you said it, the duo leading the way. 28-24 is TP. Aches at 27 and 22. I mean, not necessarily in terms of the height and the leaderboard, but in terms of kills, they are getting it done. ISO trying to get themselves back into this game, but they are down quite significantly. 50 points. 3 minutes left in the game. It's possible to come back into this, but at no point have you really sat back and said, you know, ISO, they look good in this hardpoint, Maeve.
Yeah, and you're getting good performances from really everyone on TCM too. I mean, we've talked about, you could talk about Jerd for probably an hour, how dominant of a player King Jerd is. I'm less familiar with him. Yes, I've casted quite a few events with Jerd now, but I know you have a lot more experience with him just from your more European casting days. But he is an absolute god. And then when you see Moose going 25 and 19 with 6 caps, he took a little bit of flack when this team formed. You know, some people thought it should still be Shane on the team. Some people talked about possibly picking up Mad Cat. Moose a little bit up and down at times, but right now, at least so far in this series, he's shining.
I think so far, when you look at this team, the only time you need to worry about Moose is what happens when he gets to an event. Because you look at X Games, for example, and it was just massively underperforming. I think now he has just a little bit of relief in the sense that Aches is going to be running main Bal, so he doesn't have as much pressure on his shoulders, and Aches is doing a phenomenal job this game. 32 kills already to his name.
And that's another thing to mention about Aches. Aches hasn't really had a team where he has been main Bal. Either there's always been a player that's been a better Bal option on the team, or fits that play style better. Because he hasn't, I mean, just thinking, when was the last time he was like a main AR?
A while ago.
Yeah, like it's been a really long time when I just think about him with an AR. I mean, at least when I think about the full year of Ghost, man, you just think about him in the MTAR days just flying at you up close to your face. I know everyone became a sub player when the Vector became a thing, but I just don't really picture him with the AR in his hands too often unless it was an SMB and Ghost. Other than that, mostly being aggressive with that sub. And in this game, he feels a lot more comfortable with the Bal. This might be the first time he's really been on a team where he's, I guess, in a position to run it and not, I guess, not hurt his team. Because sometimes he was pulling it out when they had that phase red squad together. You had one Parasite, Enable, Slasher. It's like the whole damn team was trying to run a Bal at times.
Right. Just didn't work.
Pat wasn't the player that really needed to do that. Now I'd like to see how he shines what he is.
Aches and TP just lighting up the compound right now. They've pretty much guaranteed the win. And honestly, very impressed with TP. Obviously, coming off the back of a wedding, how much practice he had on these DLC maps? Probably not that much. Admittedly, compound is very small.
He's been practicing being a husband.
Exactly. Like,
he's recently learned to cook.
Learned to cook.
Heard that his wife bought him a brand new vacuum.
Well, that's good.
I made all that stuff up too. But no, congrats to him, man. It looked like it was a beautiful wedding and amazing stuff from him. And you gotta think too, we talk about how it gets harder for some players when you kind of hit that 23, 24 range. And it's not necessarily, let's say, like hand-eye coordination. Like, that's not the issue. And as you get older, it becomes just life things. You know, you have, whether you're worrying about school or figuring out a full-time career or a wife, blah, blah, blah. There's just more to think about. You can't necessarily game 12 hours a day. And, you know, maybe some of the struggles TP has had, he's had the pressure of, you know, wedding coming up and making these life choices. Now that's kind of behind him. Who knows? Maybe we're going to see a new and improved TP.
Hopefully.
I'm dropping so much wisdom.
You are, dude. You're giving me all the wisdom. I love it. TCM go 1-0 up, though. And honestly, ISO now need to win that Search and Destroy. They're hosting both hard points, but they did not look good at all in map number 1 here of the series. Props to TCM, though, who look very good. The duo both dropping 40 kills, combining for 80 together is... it's nice to see that duo back once again. For now, though, we're going to head to a quick commercial break. When we return, jumping into map number 2.